You know, originally I was going to make this a short, but I wanted to take my time to make sure, I say everything clearly and get all my thoughts out there because Pam, got bumped up to a series regular this season. And to be honest, I didn't even know she was only, in the category of a recurring character because we've seen so much of her character. Or maybe it's the fact that, her presence is so memorable. She can come across as annoying because she's so nosy. A lot of people say, "Oh, how come Pam every time she talks is like she's singing and just her intrusive nature?" But she, in my opinion, has had more good moments than bad moments. The moments that shine through when it shows that she's there for Karen no matter what. But given the fact that Karen did make the remark when she was talking to Sabrina in the last episode, going over, all of her financial woes. And I'm not going to, dog Karen out for that because she did say the reason she didn't tell any of the girls is because they all got their own thing going on. So, yeah, she's going through a lot right now, but she didn't just want to bring it to, Andy, Karen, and Sabrina. And it makes sense why, because typically they talk about their kind of like, relationship drama as opposed to their financial situation. So, you can almost call it Karen being too proud, but I think it's more so Karen just understanding that what's the point of venting about this particular situation to my girls when I know there's really nothing that can be done. Like, Andy cut a check so I could even, get my salon off the ground again. And I know Danny doesn't really have any money like that. Sabrina just got her job back and now she's talking about having a kid, so I'm not trying to ask her for any money. It just seems that the only kind of quote unquote emotional woes that she brings up to the ladies regarding, her life involve her pregnancy and taking any opportunity to slam Zach. But more to the point of this video, she points out that Pam has been slacking. Even when she goes by the salon, talking about how, Pam, you're doing the product stuff. I'm happy for you and everything, but you're doing it on company hours. Well, yeah, but that's because there's really nothing else to do. Business is kind of slow right now. So then when she talks to Sabrina about Pam slacking and whatnot, and the fact that her product, I'm happy for Pam. I really am. But, she's really slacking lately. And I'm thinking to myself, and I mentioned this, and I know in another video, but Pam and slacking, I literally cannot believe I'm saying this, but Pam and slacking do not seem like the right combo of words to use in a sentence for the Pam we've been seeing for the past season. She has been, look, off screen, maybe some of Karen's other employees / stylists have, helped out with getting this new salon together. But from what we saw, Pam was the only one who was there by Karen's side throughout the entire process of being there when the building burned up, or the aftermath of that, sticking by her, trying to figure out what they can do, until the new shop is set up. Well, actually, excuse me, the old shop being repaired. Her thing was, trying to get paid. That was really her only reason for hanging on to Karen. But she did say, I had to get another job. And it's like, well, yeah, gotta do what you gotta do, because until I get this shop back up, there's really nothing I can do to pay the employees. So then we get the Brian situation, moving into the new shop. And then, in terms of setup and, cleaning up the place, the only two employees we saw, at least at the beginning of season 7, was Pam and Karen. And true, Pam was spending most of her time on social media, but it seems like Karen is downplaying the effects of social media and business, which I get she's in her mid to late 30s, but it just seems a bit odd that she, of all people, wouldn't think that this is effective. I mean, you're in the salon, women gossip, most of them probably on their phones. You don't think social media would be efficient? I don't know. It just seems weird to me. But in any case, she does talk about how she's happy for Pam's product, and a lot of people have been talking like, and I remember saying this earlier in the season. I said, I want Pam's product to blow up. I hope it blows up to the point where she can maybe leave and do her own thing, where she's focusing full time on her own product. She has her own shop or whatever, or she's making so much product that it's distributed in Atlanta from, hair care stores, different salons, trying to like, hey, I'll pay for like, several boxes of your product to be on our shelves and whatnot. And then Karen will have to like humble herself to either, pay for some product to get some people in the salon, or, beg for Pam to come back. But I think honestly, Pam would stay, but I don't want that for her. I'd rather her leave and start her own business. And the thing about that is, I feel like Karen will feel betrayed because that's what she does. I feel like whenever someone leaves her side, whether it be even if they don't leave physically, it's like if they have an opposing opinion to something that Karen feels some kind of way about, they're automatically labeled as, oh, you're taking so-and-so's side, or wow, there's no one who's backing me up on this. But it's like, to me personally, in her rare moments of vulnerability, I do feel like, Karen does care about Pam. And I think last season we really saw moments where it's definitely a big sister, little sister dynamic. But I think in some ways, Karen looks at Pam the same way she looked at Zach when they were later on in their relationship, where it felt like she was holding him down. It's like, what would you do without me? And it's like, I'm the one that runs this thing, and, you wouldn't be anything without me, holding you down, or, making sure, or in Pam's case, making sure you have a job. But I think that's the wrong way for her to look at it, because if Pam's product blows up and she's able to become her own business owner, kudos to her. But I do feel like Karen will definitely feel some kind of way about it. And it's like, what's that expression? You don't miss the water till the well runs dry. And I think that when Pam leaves, if she does leave, then Karen will truly see how much she was doing, even though it didn't seem like she was doing much at all. And to me, it's like, I get it. The friendship story of Pam coming back around, if Karen sees the error of her ways and how she treated Pam and didn't appreciate her, that's all well and good, but I'd much rather see Pam go off and do her own thing. Keep in mind, I'm not saying I want her to leave the show. I'm still in favor of her never joining the sister circle. But, this sounds bad, but I would love to see a scene where Fatima and Pam interact. Let's say for whatever reason, I don't think Fatima would come to the shop. No. Let's just say, I don't know, Angela, Fatima's girl. Let's say she comes by Karen's salon to buy some product, and Angela talks to Fatima about it. And let's say Pam somehow links up with Fatima. I don't know, they randomly bump into each other at the store or whatever. It's like, hey, you're Pam, right? You work at Karen's salon? Yes, I do. I'm sorry, I can't really do a good Pam impression. Well, yeah, my girl Angela was telling me about your hair care product. What's it called? Roots to Riches. And she tried it out, and I gave it a shot myself, and I gotta say, I love it. And I looked at your stuff online, and I'm surprised you haven't really gone into business for yourself. So it's one of those things where Fatima's positivity and the way she lovingly gives advice, I feel like that just adds a new backbone to everybody she talks to. Like, remember, Tony / Sabrina recommended therapy to Danny, but it wasn't until Fatima said something that she actually decided to go. Now, and then of course, with Zach, the affirmations of, being a better man than he is now. And, it helped him out in the earlier seasons of Sisters, leading to the Zach we see today. Not perfect, but he is getting better. Of course, she's always been a support system for Andy, and not really that many interactions with Sabrina. Not many. But when it comes down to Pam, I could definitely see some sort of kinship there. And I get it. She's definitely team Karen, but at the same time, I feel like Fatima has that Tabitha Brown energy where even if you try not to like this person because, oh yeah, my girl Karen doesn't like Fatima, so I won't like her. But kind of like Danny, if Pam has a just one-on-one conversation with Fatima, she'll probably be like Danny. Wow, she's a cool chick. and just like, wow, Karen's wrong about her. She's nothing like how Karen described. So I think that in a way, Fatima could unknowingly give Pam some reassurance that would give her the confidence boost to step out on her own, do her own thing. And I feel like, kind of like how people say, and rightfully so, that Fatima has stuck with Zach through so much and been by his side through, you know, the whole Karen baby thing, the Heather situation, the Michael custody, and so many other things. Even if she decided, you know what, the test came back, Karen's your baby mama, Zach, I love you, but I can't do all this, I wouldn't fault her. And I feel like a lot of fans feel the same way. And the same could be said of Pam. If Pam decided to leave Karen's salon, go into business for herself, Karen can get mad, get glad, but Pam has stuck by her ass for so long, through so much, that it just wouldn't feel right for Karen to be upset. Within her character, yes, but Pam has done far more than any other employee to say, you know, for her to say anything negative about her, because the biggest point in Pam's, you know, on Pam's scoreboard, when, what was his name? Isaiah, Karen's, stylist that left to start his own salon for a cheaper price and took all of Karen's customers. Pam was the one that instigated, called the health inspector, got Isaiah's place shut down, bringing back Karen's, customers, because if not for Pam, the salon itself would have gotten shut down mid-season 3. That was all Pam's doing. So, yeah, I would love for Pam to do her own thing, be successful, and go from there. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think Pam would be better off without Karen? Do you think her business will eventually, or excuse me, her product will flourish to the point where, look, Karen, I hate to say it, but I gotta leave because things have been blowing up. I have so many orders. There's no way I can balance the salon and my product. So money's coming in. I'm going to pay back every red cent of the company credit that I've used on my product stuff, and I'll pay you back in full. And then I gotta go. It would suck for Karen, but it's just one of those things where, I mean, if you treated people better, if you treated Pam better, I think she would stick around longer. You know, like, she'd really have a debate of, I don't want to leave, but I got to. But I think it just comes down to her not taking any sort of accountability for the way she talks to people, cuts them down with her tongue. And then when they decide to leave and do better for themselves, all of a sudden she's the victim. So, dang, I didn't expect this video to go on so long. And imagine, I was going to condense this to 60 seconds, but I really felt the need to talk about this subject because Pam is doing big things, and I think her star is going to get bigger as the season goes on, and Roots to Riches could be a hit. It could definitely take her to the next level. All the while, Karen thought she was going to level up with this new salon. All the while, she's digging herself lower and lower and lower to the point where this chick might have to file for bankruptcy if she doesn't get herself together. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.